Just give your brain one thing to work on. You're literally just working on this. How fucking difficult is that? That's like rock drumming 101. We're jazz drummers. We can't fucking play that. Hey kids, what's up? And welcome to the 80-20 drummer lesson of the week. Yeah, eyebrow hair. So I'm starting this lesson of the week format, and the idea is super low editing commitment. I just talked to you guys about a concept that I've been working on over the week, and you guys can go into the shed and work on it. So this week, the concept we're working on is metric modulation. And let me demonstrate that for you really quickly. This is, believe it or not, this is metronome on quarters, which is unusual for the 80-20 drummer. Okay, so a lot of you have heard about metric modulation, and let me take you through the crash course really quick. The idea is that over a pulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're playing quarter note triplets. So if the pulse is 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But instead of subdividing that in twos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can subdivide it in 3 groups of 4 since it's 12 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And because you have 3 groups of 4 notes, you can play idioms. Yeah, I should turn the metronome off probably. Because you have 3 groups of 4 notes, you can play idioms that would sound good over 4/4 time. So for instance, except that your pulse is that of the quarter note triplet. So it actually is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what's my unique spin on this? I was on the soapbox earlier this week about the way a lot of drummers practice metric modulations, because a lot of drummers who are just beginning to learn how to play pocket and feel, if they practice metric modulations, they sound like garbage. They sound like rubbish. Shoutouts, UK. Because it's too much to bite off. It's too much for their brain to sink its teeth around. Conventional wisdom, don't practice metric modulation, just practice this type of shit. The LCJO shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. For 2 or 3 years, until you can do that perfectly, even though no one plays with ghosted notes on all 4 quarters, don't get me started. By the way, it's still important to be able to do. I'm not slagging on ghosting notes on all 4 quarters. But a lot of people don't want to do that. So they want to get into metric modulations. So they'll just practice something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is all well and fine except you're giving your brain a million things to do at once. And how do you get better? You get better by myelination, which is insulating those neural circuits, the same way Nolan Ryan got better by throwing the same pitch millions of times. But you need to practice deeply. You need to pick just one thing to focus on and get super deep into that. You've heard me climb on the soapbox about this as well. So how do we practice metric modulations without throwing out the baby with the bathwater? Time, feel, pocket, all that stuff that's way more important than pulling out a metric modulation on a gig. The answer is we use something I call the looping exercise, which I talk about in some of my upcoming videos, which you'll be able to get for free on my site, Sales Pitch, except it's for free, the8020drummer.com graphic. The looping exercise is something I'm ripping off from Jamie Haddad. Shoutouts, call me. We need to talk. I want you on the podcast. Jamie Haddad, fantastic, maybe one of the most underrated jazz drum kit players of the last 2 decades. Plays percussion with Paul Simon. He's a big deal. He's kind of a big deal. He teaches at Berkeley. The Berkeley cats will know Jamie Haddad. The looping exercise is you play one thing. You play one lick or chop or beat, and you make a loop of it, just like you're a DJ. 1 bar, 2 bars, and you repeat that over and over again. So I'm going to do this for 4 bars of one thing and then 4 bars of another thing. I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the idea is that in real life, you would stay on each of these for about 10 minutes. My coaching students have heard about this ad nauseum. So it turns out we can use the looping exercise with metric modulation. And the way we do that is we sit inside the implied meter and we just stay there. So if you're playing something like 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody sweats the transition. Everybody's like, right? But you don't have to do that. That's giving your brain 2 things to work on. Just give your brain 1 thing to work on. You're literally just working on this. How fucking difficult is that? That's like rock drumming 101. We're jazz drummers. We can't fucking play that? Okay, so the one catch to this is that you're going to put the metronome on the real quarter note. And just stay with this as long as you need to feel natural. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that for 10 minutes or until it feels natural. And then you start to vary it, but you stay in the implied time. So now I'm going to go on a little stream of consciousness drum excursion for you guys and just show you in sort of condensed time what that might look like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simplify it. Okay, and the thing everybody worries about is the transition. But, you don't count. You're not playing Fly Me to the Moon and someone's like, 2, 3, 4, fly me to the moon, right? So you need to start in the original meter. So the transition, how do you do the transition? Here's what I'm going to say to you. And does this make a sound when I keep bumping it? It probably does. You can take this to the bank. Don't sweat the transition. Just check in with yourself every 3 or 4 idioms. So check this out. If I'm playing... As David Chang says, it's a better way. Practice metric modulations native to the implied meter. Stay in the implied meter for a length of time, do that looping thing, and then every once in a while, just transition back to the 4. And this is the secret that Jamie Haddad, shoutouts, hit on, is that by thinking in the implied meter, you're automatically improving your time and your triplets. So takeaway, there's a way to do this where it will actually cross-train you and improve your time. This is Jamie's hack. This is why he's the baddest. And there's a way to do it that's not, where it'll distract you and you'll be trying to do too many things at once and it'll suck. So last little bit, and this is for the OGs. Of course, we're going to add a metronome variation. That's extra credit. Guys, it's been real. This is the first lesson of the week. I hope you've found it valuable. For more information about me, check out the8020drummer.com. Follow me on Twitter at 8020drummer. Follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/8020drummer. See you soon. People keep telling me to niche down, so here goes. If you're not a good drummer looking to dig deep, face your fears, and get amazing, you should probably look elsewhere. Also, if you don't like fucking the 8020 drummer, it's not for everybody.